So, just because local voting is coming up, or even if when you come across this video it's not, I want to bring up a couple topics around it. When local voting comes around, you'll see a lot of signs such as vote for 5, vote for 8, or 33, or 16, or whatever number. Note that these signs don't tell you what the issue actually is. Other times, you'll get signs that say protect our schools, or protect our future, or protect our arts, or something in those realms. You should be careful of these. Do your own research into what they are actually talking about. When you do, you may believe in them or you may not, and you should vote accordingly, but you should never, on your ballot, vote for or against just because a sign or campaign told you so. All of these are manipulation, to get you to vote one way or another without thinking things through. Usually, for example, when you get a slogan like, protect our schools, that means they want you to vote for more money or continuing taxes paid to the schools, which sounds fair until you find out that most of that money is going into paying teachers' pensions so they can retire at 50 or 45 or 55. Now, I have great respect for good teachers, but it's a complete myth that teachers work very, very hard and are paid very, very little. This is what was told to me all throughout school, and it's not true. Teachers work hard, of course, but teachers often have very good pensions and benefits, and they get the summer off. Now, many of them do some work or volunteering during this time, but they don't have to. They get time off. They're not struggling. So just keep that in mind. How about one going around in my neighborhood, support the arts with a tax on cigarettes? Sounds good. I mean, smoking is bad for you, right? And the arts are wonderful. Why not make them, meaning smokers, pay money to the arts? Well, if you're going to tax smoking, why not instead use that money for medical research or lung cancer treatments, heart attack surgery, something actually related to the consequences of smoking. And as much as I hate walking down the street, passing a smoker and getting a breath and nose full of smoke that the jerk just puffed out, I do believe in personal choice, which smoking is. It's not the government's job to babysit the people, tell them what they can and cannot do, unless you know they're actually committing a crime. But smoking isn't a crime. There's an interesting cartoon that my dad and I once saw. It's these dogs sitting in their backyard, a bunch of dogs. A cat walks by and they say, I'd be okay with cat tax. Of course, my response to that is the cats are probably hanging around at their meeting place saying, I'd be okay with a dog tax. It's about eventually we could end up letting the government tax everything. If we let the government start taxing cigarettes, why not also let them tax fast food, or soda pop, or candy, or drugs? Well, the war on drugs is a whole other issue. It's been unbelievably destructive. Much as I myself don't like drugs at all, I have very strong feelings about that, I still must recognize this. Oh, how about tax the rich, which the government has been trying to do for a long time now? Which they do for a long time now. They keep trying to tax more and more out of the rich. You know what the problem with that is? If you tax people who make more than a certain amount of money, say $250,000 a year, at some point they're going to be motivated to stop making more than that amount of money. Then there's no one with more than that income to tax, and you're out of money. Or you start taxing people of the next income tier down until they stop. You keep going down until you're taxing everybody. At some point, nobody's going to want to pay that amount of taxes. And there's either a collapse or a revolution. You think it couldn't happen? It has happened. Oh, and do you know why politicians like to define the rich as people who make more than $250,000 a year? Because that's what a lot of them make, and they don't want you labeling them as the evil rich. Take some time. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of time, but do the research on what you're voting on, what the issues are. Sometimes there's a lot of candidates for judicial positions, for city councils. You can't investigate every single one. But take some time to investigate the issues and the people that matter to you. If there's an issue you know nothing about or didn't have an opportunity to look into when you're filling out your ballot, leave it blank. Vote based on what you investigate, what you find out, not on what you are just told. All politics is manipulation, and manipulators love the unquestioning masses. Try not to be a pawn.